Hello and welcome to the Sami Parvez Show. Today I'm joined by Tina Zhu, who is an independent candidate running for this Montreal by-election. We will be talking about her goals for this by-election and why she is interested to run as an independent candidate. Thank you so much, Tina, for joining me on the Sami Parvez Show. It's a great pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, Sami. You give me this opportunity to promote myself. I'm really appreciate, Sami. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you. And Tina, let's begin. What inspired you to run in this Montreal by-election? And also, could you please tell about yourself, like your background, why what you did, and why you are running now in politics?
Okay, good. That's a good question. What is inspired me to get involved in politics for the election? It is short story actually. I have been immigrant in Canada since 25 years ago. I never think about one day I will run for election. In recent years, Chinese community really have a lot of problem. They faced a lot of discrimination and racism. In COVID, some politicians, they're not responsible to speak something like Chinese virus and Wuhan virus and bad soup, something like this is really like the common people connect virus to Chinese Canadian as well. So during COVID, the hatred and discrimination for Asian society, especially for Chinese society, increased a lot, is even double. And this is individually, yeah. But from the system, I found something is not really good to Chinese Canadian as well. If you are a journalist, you care a lot of, what is happening in Canada. A lot of Chinese parliament member Han Pengdong. He's a Liberal Party's MP in Ontario, and Chen Zhibo, Dong Hanpeng. In Montreal, there one Brosa city mayor, her name is Cici Li, was accused as a Chinese police station. Yeah, she is a director of two Chinese community, and the two Chinese community center was accused as a Chinese police station, and she under the investigation of RCMP. Those kind of things happen to Chinese community really hurt Chinese Canadian. We feel we are not included in the society. We are still treated as étranger, stranger, But Canada is immigrant country. Are we people from the outside? I mean, from Russia, from India, from China, from France, we all have connection with the native, the born country. This is normal. You have connection, as long as it is not. It's under the rule of Canadian. We cannot just accuse them as a spy, as a Chinese police station. No any evidence, no any proof, nothing. This is really ridiculous. This is the reason who inspired me and stimulated me to run the election. I want to tell the public, Chinese Canadian, we are the citizen of Canadian. We have the responsibility for the true democracy system. That's why I yeah, I run for election. It's hard because I'm the candidate of independent. No party, yeah, support you. I have no resources. My resources is common people. They support me. They work as volunteer. They give me, sorry, some donation. Yeah, Chinese community, local people. That's my power from. So this is the first question. Yeah, what is inspired me to run the election? And
Okay. Yeah. And you brought up like a police station, and there were some investigations were going on against like Chinese police station, according to RCMP, are running across Canada, especially in Montreal. And I believe some people were investigated, but you are declining them, right? So you said those are just
so
spreading false information, right?
it is, yeah, it is false information and it is fabric story.
Mm-hmm. And so you are running as independent candidate. So why didn't you try to run from a particular party? Didn't you get a chance? Like we see, like liberals are more welcoming like party for it mean for diverse nations, like from diverse groups. So you are putting your name as an independent candidate, and you said you are running for common people, but don't you think you don't have the voice as much as to be a candidate for a party?
Yeah, if we judge by the opportunity to win,
Mhm.
for sure, if I join a party, I have more chance to win than being a candidate of independent.
Mhm.
But so far, as I said to you, I want to represent the real people, not the party. I don't think any party so far they represent the real people. That's why I decided, okay, I run for people, even though may I don't expect I win,
Mhm.
but anyway, I trust the power of the common people.
Mhm. Okay. And how many like volunteers you have, or like how many like or what are you hearing from uh doorsteps, like when you go for door knocking, what you are hearing from Montreal residents? What are their concerns about current situations?
Uh, Last week we did a campaign, a lunch campaign. Actually, it's a meeting. There are 30 more than 30 people and a few online.
Mhm.
So yeah, joined, and there the volunteers and some volunteers they couldn't attend. But anyway, so far from our we have a group. Yeah, our group manager said to me we have around more than 30 people want to be volunteer from Chinese community and from the local people. Um, from the door to door, what I get the day before yesterday, we went to a door to door kind of convincing for the street of Monk. There are a lot of commercial. Okay, so the people said to me, Tina, you'd better, yes, I really appreciate you stand up because they found Canada now going down, not going up. Canada is not in good right way. We have to do some change for better Canada. So that's most common people said to me. I said, uh, in which aspect you found Canada going down? One guy, he's from Romania. Okay, 25 years, 23 years in Canada. he said to me, compare 23 years ago, the work, the how to say, the middle class is shrinking, and so he said to me, we need to change. Yeah, and small business owners said to me, the tax is too much; they cannot afford it. Yeah,
And what are your goals for, as we know, like the cost of living is going up, it means like common person, like who is working on daily wages or minimum wages, I don't think can afford to put foods on the table. So what are your goals as an MP to lower the cost of living? So what would you do?
the cost of living actually is really hard to lower because it is a whole story. Now look at the inflation is really high. The inflation is really high. That means every aspect for our daily life, the rent, the cost of daily essentials, the transportation, the house, the tax, the mortgage rate, all goes up. In mortgage rate actually is supposed to decrease the inflation, but you see, even it's still very high. Now is is dropped down 0.5%, but still very high. The inflation is not really going down. So you see, the people is hard because every aspect is increased. Imagine you are middle class. What do you feel? I feel I have to work 2 jobs, cannot afford it. My mortgage for my commerce is increased $1,000 per year because of the mortgage rate. And I talked with one small owner business. She said to me, she has to pay $14,000 for the municipal tax and school tax and water tax, something. Is they cannot, you see, they have to, this is the real profit. They cannot, and rent increase as well. They cannot do the business at all. So that's why if you are in Montreal, you will see a lot of businesses, they close, small business, they close. And a lot of manufacturing, they are for rent. That means they stop their business.
And so what should be done, and what are you going to propose to the government, like when you, if you get elected as an MP, what bill are you going to propose, or you brought or file a?
Yeah, first, give the open new market. That means by opening new market, we can increase the employment. We can stimulate the economic. Canada actually is a resources country. We have a natural resource. We have a lot of high-tech workers. I mean, very, very high-tech education.
Yep.
This is, we really have advantage. From my point, I think we have open new market and open new market in high-tech, like AI, like IoT, something like this. And the people's ability to use in good way. You can see now a lot of high-tech people, they are graduate from a PhD, they have very high education, but they have to do, for making living, they do taxi driver, they open a small grocery store. They are really waste. It's really waste. All the people, if we can use their ability, Canada will up, but they don't have opportunity.
And yeah, please.
This is one way I think we need to open new market and to decrease the cost. You see, our money, we pay a lot of tax. Our tax money is not used in a good way, in a wrong way. We send arm to support war is no good at all. The weapon is kill people. We should put this kind of money into our in our people, not for the war. Like people say, the money for salary, not pour la sale guerre, not for dirty war. That's one thing. And you know, the security is not good at all. One of lady, she's my customer. She went to bank. She cannot went to bank alone. She has bring his dog. That's the problem as well. This is because of the economy no good. People have to make living. They steal and something like this. This is social conflict.
Mhm. Yeah, and so you said we should not spend on weapon, you know, or like war equipments. We should, so what should be done? Like should Canada shut down those all their like military equipment companies which supplies arms to make arms, you know, like which are great like they play a key role of for Canada economy, and Canada is one of top rank country to produce arms.
Yeah, actually arms are supposed for defense, not for offense. Look at the NATO, because Canada is member of NATO. NATO actually is organization, military organization is to defense from the beginning. But now you see, is expand, and now is go to offense. Offense and no good reason at all from my point of view. Oh, okay, so that's why I think we can change. You see, we just keep the original intention, original purpose of NATO. That means defense, not offense. Yeah, we need military to defend our country because country needs security. Yeah, safety. It is true. I totally agree. But if we support war, it's no sense at all. No
Mhm.
sense at all.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, let's jump to housing crisis. You know, like we can see like everyone nowadays cannot afford house, or even though like cannot afford rent, as you also mentioned that rent are too high, and for a couple of years, for last couple of years, you know, like who should be blamed for it? Is our immigration is too high? Like, should we blame the immigrants, or should we blame government? And which level of government do you think is responsible for housing crisis, like federal government, provincial government, or local municipal government? And yeah.
From my point, I think we should should blame the federal government, the policy. Policy is really no good. Not immigrant policy, refugee policy, no good. Yeah, the original intention is very good, but now we overused, is abused this system. And look at the refugee now. Some refugee, they don't want to leave their country, come to Canada because they are forced to leave their own country because of the war. Because of the war. So the real cost for the refugee, if we look at the global the picture, it is most of them because of war and because of the climate change, something that is not good for living. So if we can get the world to peace, let people live, have them live where they are, we just do not need to fabric the cries of refugee. This is really, really sad. I'm the member of movement Quebec pour la paix. I'm the peace peace member. So when I see the women, the children, and innocent people died in the war, I really broke my heart. We are human beings. It means we killed each other. It's no sense. This is no sense. For what? For what? We have to ask ourselves, the war for what?
Yeah, and uh, so you said federal government, but as an MP, so what are you going to do? Like push the federal government to do what? To prevent happening like housing crisis in future.
Yeah, housing crisis, just as I said, because why the rent and housing is the price is so high, it's even double than a few years before. The price always determined by the required demand and supply. You know, if it's not balanced, for sure, it's so far the apartment is not so many, but the people need apartment a lot. Where suddenly a lot of people, so many people, as I said, to the refugee and some immigrant, but yeah, this is the main reason why the house going high. So we know the reason. So from the reason we found the solution. First, as I just mentioned, let people help them live there where they are, not fabric a crisis of refugee. This reason for the house problem. Yeah, now we found one solution. And for the immigrant so far, as I know, Canada cut a lot. Actually, it's a immigrant not really is a main factor to impact the price.
Mm-hmm. And do you think like immigration is not the problem of making this housing crisis, right?
No, I don't think so.
So what should Canada take more immigrant? As you, I believe you mentioned it. Please correct me if I'm wrong. You said rather than going to war, like forcing people to flee their homeland, let them stay there. You should help them other ways rather than forcing them to migrate here as refugee or like asylum seeker.
Yeah, that's my point. Yeah, don't let force them flee their countries as migrate to Canada. Just if we can help in a human way, in a constructed way, let them live there. Yeah, build up their own country.
Mm-hmm. And what where do you stand for immigrants? Should Canada take more immigrants, or should it lower the bar as we are seeing like liberal government recently announced that they will lower the immigration level, but specifically like international students and temporary workers or
Actually, international students, there are the potential um, power for Canada. They started in Canada, and after they made immigrant in Canada, it is a very good way to support Canada. Actually, you see, they started here, they get no Canada system, and after they graduate from school, they can become very powerful. Yeah, labor. I mean, the labor is very high, like high tech level. And as I just mentioned to you, we need to open a new market in high tech level. So those kind of people can lead Canada to go up. So that's if we lower the technical immigrant is not good for Canada healthy system.
So you mean like those international students are assets for Canada, like when they come here to study and Canada should keep them, right?
Right, right. And one of my how to say okay, this is a long story. This guy actually is, started in University of McGill in Montreal after the policy, provincial policy for immigrants changed. He moved to British Columbia, but British Columbia for foreign students, the policy changed as well. So he has no way to stay.
Yeah.
So he asked me, Tina, can you help us to write a letter to MP or senator? Tell them we really want to study here and we want to immigrant here. We want to do contribution. It's good for Canada. So, but anyway, nobody actually listened to his voice. That's really too bad.
Yeah, and so we are seeing like as you also mentioned, the cost of living is going up, everything is high, inflation is high, but we have seen a system in the House of Commons that since 2020 when the pandemic hit like around the globe, and also Canada, many businesses were shut down, and as you are a business woman, like maybe you were impacted too. And we saw since then on every April past, these MPs get a pay raise, what do you take from this? Do you think it is acceptable that our elected official to get a pay raise every April past at the same time like the carbon tax is going up? And also recently like National Post published a story which says that Canadians MPs are become a second highest pay makers. So where do you stand from this?
Yeah, so just a talk with my friend. He said to me, the tax is too much. Now we have carbon tax, we have a eco house ceiling tax will come in. But all those tax, I know, carbon now we are deficit because in pandemic, we give too much money. And after pandemic, even, the economic is not really goes up. This is not good way. This is not healthy way because, this causes the inflation as well because the money is based on what you have. It's not just print. You print money, actually you think it is solve the problem. It's just temporary. In appearance, it's not in the root. What we really need to improve our economic. That means open new market, have new job. That's really a key important way to have, not just print money. Print money is inflation for sure. And the tax, because government have no money. I know you have run the government, you have to pay your employee. As taxpayer, we want, but imagine what do you really do? See, new tax, the municipal tax, we have to pay the proper tax for individually, and commercial we have municipal tax, we have school tax for, and we have water tax, we have garbage tax, we have tax, and how we can live? We have no money. Where the money from? We need money. We make money. We pay you no problem. But we don't have market. You see, it's just a recycle, but you cannot find a way to reach out. That's really hard for small business owner and for individually, especially for middle class. But after the COVID, you see, the gap between rich and poor people is really increased. this is no good at all.
Yeah. And so you think there should not be a carbon tax, like, but a liberal government is saying they are protecting environment. So do you think this carbon tax is making any impact on environment? Do you, as you, I know, like you are against of these taxes, but what is your take? Like, does it,
Carbon
is
tax,
it making any impact?
carbon tax not really help green Canada. Not at all. It's just another burden to common people, to the ordinary people. I don't agree at all. What is cause of the environment? It is a war. If we can stop the war, the green earth, green Canada will come. Look at the war, even the Afghan war, Iraq war is finished, yeah, more than 10 years ago, okay, but the pollution is still there, not clean at all. Imagine if we have war there, is the pollution will everywhere in the earth, and the earth not happy at all. Why so far the climate is not normal? Because we damage, we ruin the earth, our human being. Each people, we have the responsibility to take good care of the earth. It's motherland. That's, I think, for green Canada, the world is first,
And
not tax.
yep. And you believe like we should not go to war, like rather than putting like a carbon tax, should we Canada should end like these wars, like participating on different like Iraq and Afghanistan. And right now it is not a part of any wars, but despite that it is supplying arms to like Israel and
and
Ukraine,
and Palestine, for sure, we have to stop.
Yeah.
And if it is real people's government supposed listen to majority people's voice. I have been in Montreal protest and in Ottawa protest for genocide of Palestine. Have to cease fire immediately. Yeah, because this is a government should be listen to majority people's voice, not only few politicians make the decision for vast people's future fortune. That's
Yeah. And so you brought up like you all also participated in the protest for end the like Palestine genocide, But why do you think like Canada is supporting Israel like in terms of arms, and though it is verbally calling, like verbally also US calling Israel to end the war, stop genociding, or recently we learned also like Israel used US made weapons to attack Palestine, like there was I think a building was attacked where 100 people, like it was a shelter, a school, something like that.
shelter,
The
yeah, and
people
even
were
school, hospital,
taking,
yeah.
yeah, taking refuge there, and they ate like a Israeli strike hit there and killed more than 100 people. So what do you think? Like why these countries are too pro-Israel despite it is committing genocide, and these countries, Canada itself, it called a human rights defender or champions of human rights. What Justin Trudeau, since two copies, he keeps saying that he's a human rights champion, but when it comes to Palestine genocide, it seems like that they don't say anything about that.
Even in Canadian House of Commons, I actually did a petition. The petition is originated by MP, parliament member. Her name I forget. In her petition, he said Canada should stop provided weapon or boycott the Israel product. Actually in the course of common, they still have people who has conscience, who really human, to ask government, ask majority MP to make good decision to stop the war. You see, but yeah, but only a few people can make the decision, and because of the geopolitical factor, I think reason, Canada really lost its sovereignty and independency. We actually is follow the step of our neighbor. We not only think from the Canada interest. This is and didn't listen to Canadian people's voice. This is really bad. This is really, and that's why one reason I want to stand up.
And you said like Canada lost its sovereignty and independency, but we saw a report like last early June, like National Security Intelligence Committee of Parliament brought up a brought up a report where it says that there were foreign interference like in 2019 and 2021, like specifically mentioned China, and also other countries are included like Pakistan, Iran, India, and Russia, and also it is mentioned 11 MPs names are there, but they are still sitting in the House of Commons, and one of those MPs were found like Hong Dong from Ontario, it is being believed, so it is confirmed, like it means China supported that particular MP when he was running as an independent, he was running as a candidate for Liberal, and many students were bused to his riding to vote for him. So do you think it is okay for a sitting MP to be colluding with foreign powers such as China, Russia, or Iran, India, or Pakistan?
The foreign interference in Canada recent years is actually is void. Okay. Especially they said China interfere Canadian election 2019, actually, right?
Yeah, 2019 and 2020.
Yeah, there are one MP, just you mentioned his name Han Peng Dong. He's run for MP of Liberal, okay? But in Liberal internal policy, actually when you want to nominate, actually you get vote from international student, it is their internal rule. It is legal. It's not legal. I know somebody told me when the India MP they run they recruit international students as well, the other nation the same. So not against their internal law, and they really connected those international students to China. This does not make sense. Why the others can recruit students, international students? Han Peng Dong do that is connected to Chinese government, and just I mentioned to you the Chinese police station. Actually, they connected to Chinese community to China is no sense at all, because I actually a customer of the Chinese service community. I know their community very well. They serve the Chinese community for more than 50 years. They help the Chinese Canadian elder, new immigrant for learning language, elder to find a nurse, to get a lawyer, to all the daily needs. No connect to China at all, but they just want to, I don't know why they target those kind of Chinese community or those MP to China interference. And so far, there's no evidence and proof. See, even RCMP thesis, the no evidence to prove China really interfere Canadian election.
Yeah, and those international students, it means in the liberal policies, a liberal party, it means you can vote, but you must be living from that certain riding. But I believe they bust from other ridings, to go on that particular riding and vote for that MP
Yeah.
MP Hong, you know.
Okay, yeah, that's you're right. If they're from but they're just against not follow their internal rule. But why connected to China in his district or from the other district? They all international. Why you connect them to China government? This is no sense at all. That's what I want to see. And actually, at that time, Han Pengdong, his competitor, she or he is from mainland China, is Chinese Canadian as well. So why Chinese government supports Han Pengdong, not support the others? There's no common sense. Logically, you see, you understand what my point? Why connected to Chinese government? No sense.
Yeah, but it seems like the MP is more willing to work, so we also saw in the report Justice I forgot her name, but yeah, Justice Hong. I forgot that justice name, but according to her report, like she also found out in 2019 and 2021 election, there was some kind of foreign interference, but so it is being believed. It is not particularly China, and I'm not being offense to you, like because you are a China, you have uh, from origin of China, like I'm just asking, like you saw like in the news also, like they are keep saying and like about like Chinese police station, as you are saying, like why they are just attacking like Chinese and Chinese international students, though there are other international students there too, but it could be great, like you can make clear your point, uh, but but it is also being said the foreign nation, like it is not particularly China but India, like Iran and also like Pakistan or Russia, they also like target their citizens who are living in abroad, like such as in Canada, forcing them to vote for particular candidate for the well-being of their family members, or those family members are there, like family members are living on that particular country, like so don't you think such thing is happening?
Yeah, I not only those countries you mentioned, I guess a lot. If judge this one, this by this point, you think it is interfere, I guess there each country, any country, I target any people, but this is the common human nature. For example, I want to elect it, I want to select who's from my nation. This is the common nature, human common nature. Yeah, so if just as you said, from this point, I think, yeah, our nation is interfered. You understand me? But related, connected to government, this is at least for China government interfere, the possibility I think is zero, because I'm from China, I know China policies don't interfere the other countries' internal affair. This is a Chinese policy, but That's
Would you like to make a comment about China? Like, as you said, like it means uh you it means you are a Chinese Canadian, and you also there is a group Chinese Canadian friendship. I think you are the president of that particular association. And could you please tell the people like who don't know about China or Chinese communist regime, like China government. So what is all about? Like, how is it?
hope is I think this best way to know China is with me go to China to have a tour a tour to know China, and with me you don't need to worry about the translation or something. Go with me to go to China to see, because in Chinese say old saying we say what your eyes see is believe what your eyes see, not believe what people say to you. Saying not from the others saying.
Hearing,
You
seeing,
understand
yes.
me? That's and a good government or bad government. I think I'm out of China since 25 years. I have no right. I mean, no good how to say it, to
Communication.
come to judge
Yeah.
the people who have the right and whose opinion is very how to say objective. I think is local people, like Chinese people say the government what they think. That's it. Me, I have no real idea how to, but anyway, my family, but I still have family in China. They said to me, they're really happy, the life, where they have what they have now.
Okay, Miss Tina, it's great. And what's your message to LaSalle riding or Montreal residents for where you are running as an independent candidate to running? Yeah, before that, I need to ask you one more thing. So what is your take on the longest ballot committee? Like they are campaigning for the electoral reform, and they want to run like over 100 candidates, like as you are a serious candidate and as independent candidate, don't you think it is impacting or splitting votes like a serious candidate like you?
Oh, you see, if you go to Election Canada website, you will see a really long list for a small district. How many? I guess now is 30, almost more than 30
Yeah.
candidates, right? I heard from one friend, uh, he said to me, because you see, if you check the official agent, almost they're the same people.
Yes.
Why? My friends told me because they are not satisfied the election system. They want to destroy the election system. For me, independent is not good at all, because you see, just I said to you, I have no party support me, and now the list is so long, and Tina is the last one, in the list for sure, because my name is Tina Zhu, T and ZHU. So I will be in the last one. But last one is always the best one. So vote for Tina. That's what I want to tell the people. And Tina will work for people, for peace, and for prosperity of Canada. That's I want to tell the public.
And so do you support this longest ballot committee or not? Like you think they should not run any of their candidates?
No, every people have the right to run as long as they follow the rule, follow the law. No problem. For me, I don't really care. People will judge. People will tell us. It's as long as they follow the election law. No, it's okay. Yeah, every people have the right to run the election, like me. Yeah, that's
So
it.
if so La Presse like called these candidate like bogus candidate. Or pony candidate. So do you think are they pony candidate who are running there? Because mostly are not living in Montreal, not Montreal, in Quebec, like some are living in British Columbia or Alberta or other parts of Canada. I think you are aware of Toronto St. Paul's by-election, like 84 candidates were running. The ballot was as long as around about 1 meter long, and some people were running from Montreal and Alberta and other parts of region, like, but you think still they have the right to run.
So far, by the law, the candidate for federal level, even you're from the other province, you can be the candidate. So if this is the law and we found have problem, next time we need to change the law. We need to make it better and more reasonable and more scientific. That's but so far, because the law already there and people follow the law to apply for the candidate of independent, they have the right. They didn't against the law. So that's good. Okay, no problem. And for sure, it's not good for me at all. But no problem.
I
No problem.
appreciate it. Yeah, I like the point you said is they are following the law, like under the law they are running, and you don't have the problem despite that you don't like it because it could like split your votes.
Yeah, it is. It will split the electors ticket. Yeah, but
Okay. Yeah, and your message to the Montreal residents in the upcoming by-election. Why should they vote for you?
I say again, Tina work for people, not for party. Tina work for peace, not for war. People work for prosperity of Canada, Montreal, Quebec, not for ruin the economic. That's what I want to tell the public. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Miss Tina. It was a great discussion with you. Lots of information you shared and your thoughts and views, like how you can be a different MP, and particularly with respect to China and other like foreign interference and cost of living and housing crisis and immigration, and particularly international students.
Yeah. Yes, thank you very much, Sam, give me this opportunity to let public know me well. And thank you, really appreciate it. Thank you.
It's my pleasure, and I hope see you again.
Okay, see you again. See you. Bye now.
Yeah, thank you.